the fuck is that?
I love you.
It's a damn lie and you know it!
What?
We're off the hip on the digital strip. Gamers kicking back, take a picture road trip. Live out of moment, single with a change somewhere. Talk about video games, ain't no need to sit. We got the joystick in our hands, ready to play. Dropping knowledge on these games every single day. Laughing and having fun, we don't take it too seriously. Making jokes, making fun, man, it's quite hilarious. Off the hip, where the games don't like, talk about our favorite games, it's a wild ride. Party and drama, don't be shy. Off the hip, let's have a good time.
Welcome to episode 10 of Off the Hip. Can you believe we've already done, this is the 10th episode.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Tonight, we are talking about people that don't know how to play Elden Ring DLC. And I don't know, have you guys heard about this guy named Dr. Disrespect? Apparently, he's the two-time champion, 37-inch vertical leap. Yeah,
1993, 1994, blockbuster champion.
blockbuster video champion. Yeah, does speaking of Dr. Disrespect, Nagernal, how's the console war going?
What does that have to do with?
No, that's
good.
Doctor No
I mean,
Respect.
Oh,
Beating it.
I feel like I just have
So-
to throw the ball at your court and make fun of consoles in any weird transition that I
Trying to
can.
make fun of it's like $1 billion industry.
So is gay porn. What's your point?
damn.
How
All
do you know
right.
the statistics right off the...
Off the hip. Because Mo's a bear. Don't sheepishly look away when I say that, brother.
Well, I threw it to Nagernal, but he's not saying anything, so...
I told you, we're winning. It's not going to change, man.
Today, Junior.
All right, Balti, what have you been up to?
We've been making videos, doing all kinds of crap, just all over the place,
Nice.
branching
nice.
out and expanding.
And we got Nerd Slap here.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing? It's glad to be here. Just been, doing my usual streaming over on Kick, working on some side stuff. Taking a little bit longer than expected, but happy to be here.
Mo, I see you're rocking the 199 merch today also.
199. Yep. It is got almost to 100 degrees and pretty much the same amount of humidity. So I just said, screw it. We're just jumping in the garage of despair. We're going to do this thing. Unbeknownst to people, I do not live in an arcade in a dystopian future. That's just, I wish.
What?
But no, just the weather. The weather's about on point for that. But yeah, no. But
Immersion broken.
immersion broken. I apologize. I apologize.
I totally thought you were like in the Tron arcade.
Sorry, guys. I know. I was in Lloyd's arcade, but no, I'm not. I'm just a figment of your imagination. You're streaming with an apparition. But aside from that, I am streaming on Legion of Memers, and as always, late and gay with the GCA on Wednesday. It's the most wonderful thing. Second only to Off the Hip.
You put the gay in the late and gay. Big Dog, how are you doing?
Son of a bitch.
You know, it was another 105-degree day, and I chipped a tooth. It sucks. Whatever. I'm Jake. I do voice work. I like music. I like video games. I write. I do political writing analysis. It's here. Just we ball. Let's go.
So our first story, we are talking about people that don't know how to play video games. And the Elden Ring DLC had a lot of people stumped. And it actually led to a lot of review bombing on Steam. And it does seem like Asmongold was kind of leading the charge on that, like unintentionally, because he was kind of defeated by the DLC. But the thing is that the DLC, you have to level up your character within the DLC, and leveling up your character in the base game is also it's a whole separate stat process, basically. So
Yes, it is.
yeah, and here's Asmongold.
Are you done with the game?
Can you guys hear it?
I might give it a maybe another day. Like I don't know, but like I think I'm pretty much done. Yeah. Yeah, I am. I think that the DLC is too hard for it to be fun. Like when
It cut out.
Yeah, it cut out for
Yeah,
me
it
too.
stopped.
Are you serious? I just changed my audio input so I could hear it.
Hey,
Reshare the screen.
Look who's in the chat.
Oh no.
The barefoot man himself.
Dan Vast.
No. The
Oh.
actual non-disgusting. He's from a first world country.
I mean,
That's not a guy. Look up a little. Or look up a little. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
Josiah,
there's your
what's
female
up,
viewer.
Josiah?
Hey,
Damn.
Hey, Josiah.
I'm saluting you. I'm right here. I just say
and Jess, what's going on?
hello.
Still can't hear it.
Oh, there it is.
Nope.
You guys hear it, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nope,
No, I'm not
not
hearing
at all,
that.
man.
Why?
Highly organized.
I don't know. You're the host. Figure it out.
As ABF fixes this, I will say that before the DLC dropped, I maybe like 10 people that I follow on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, every single day were doing prep streams where they were leveling up like 2 weeks prior. And today specifically, I watched a couple of minutes of like 3 or 4 streams, and every single one of them was stuck on the same boss, the third boss in a row, because apparently during his second phase there is an attack that is extremely similar to like a 3 attack sequence that happens in the various phases, but it's slightly off time. And I was watching like real close, like I was watching somebody die like 70 times to this boss, and that is getting a lot of people really aggravated. I don't know if it has to do with the game itself, whether during that attack it's dropping frames or something, but it does appear as though you train on this 3 attack sequence that this boss is doing, and in the final phase when he goes and does the third attack, it's slightly off time by maybe like 150 200 milliseconds, and people are jumping late, and that is causing people to just nagging all their controllers into a wall.
I think that's actually hilarious if it's not a glitch and they made it that way on purpose so that people can't put it into muscle memory, and you have to
Right.
that movie Pixels was like, no, I just memorized the patterns. Like, well, you can't do that anymore because it is a little bit more RNG, or it's a little bit off.
But that's the thing about the Soulsborne games, is there is no, excuse me, I would be incorrect to say there is no RNG, but pattern recognition is so important to the design of enemies and bosses in the Dark Souls games, and in Bloodborne, in Elden Ring, in Sekiro even, that to have if this is the case, to have a boss where you're training an attack sequence throughout the phases, and then one of the attack sequences is deliberately programmed to be slightly off, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And
I think it's
can
hilarious
imagine
trolling.
if that is the case, that people are going to be like super pissed about it. If it actually comes out like Miyazaki comes out and says, yeah, we did this on purpose as like a gate, people are going to be pissed.
Always makes- that was my fault. But you know what? If you're going to lob a softball, I'm going to swing at it. Hello, unintelligible swamp creature. How you doing? Yeah, no, that harkens back to like the old Mega Man games and stuff like that. Like you had to learn the patterns, no matter how difficult they were. And a lot of games would send you back a few, to the beginning of the stage. So it would be hard to remember what you had to do to beat the boss because you're trying to get to the boss again. So I love it. I am glad that they're honing in on this. This is not for the weak. This is not for the
Not for the weak
feeble. We're trying to build men out here. All right.
That's right.
Men that throw their controllers. Yes.
So Asmongold basically was defeated in this clip, and he basically said that he's going to come back to it at some point. And Dexterdo came out and said, basically just flat out said that he's not playing it again. It was kind of like a statement, right? But then he got community noted, so didn't quit. He actually started playing it again the next day, and is enjoying it now that he realized that you are supposed to collect some seeds to level up your character. Basically, not level up, but you get more defense and attack from it. So, and a lot of people just didn't realize how to play the DLC, and now it's now that he's happy, it seems like the Steam reviews are very positive again. So
I did notice that.
Oh, I heard it.
Someone's got a bad echo.
Nope, I think it's ABF.
what?
Yeah, I think we're
I
all
really,
really
really
good.
I feel like the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now batting, my Piazza.
Oh no! Oh no!
Am I still
He's
echoing?
back.
Oh, your shared screen has it up on there.
That's what I was telling you to get rid of.
Hello out there.
Hey.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
I don't know what's going on with my audio inputs because it was selected to my monitor and I went to my headset. Now it's feeding back into the amp. I have no idea. But
Yeah, not so easy to host, is it, ABF?
Hey, at least it took him to number 10 to start fucking up.
Yeah, that's true.
He's doing this all on
let me
purpose.
set it to the wrong thing again. That way I can share my screen at least. All right. I'm just gonna not share audio.
Okay. Oh, it works. Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's working.
Can you guys hear me twice again?
Yes. No, we can hear you once.
There you
It
go.
was
Okay.
awesome. But yeah, we're good.
So yeah, basically people are happy again, and now people want to play Elden Ring DLC. So, did anybody have anything to add to that story? Are any of you guys actually playing Elden Ring currently?
Not yet.
I actually just bought it.
I've played about
really?
10 minutes of it.
I mean,
and
I've played through the game once. I'm on Journey 2. I just have to get all the way to Mog and Radon.
Gotcha.
And at that point, you may as well just beat the game.
I really need to play it. I've been meaning to. I don't even have an excuse. I got a
Sick.
Steam Deck, and I really want to play it on there. That seems like that'll be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that it's the most most difficult, but also the richest in lore and best story.
And
I'd
I
say
love
that's
that
accurate.
stuff. Yeah.
The Souls games? I don't think it's the most
Yeah, of all the
difficult.
Souls games, we all know Bloodborne is the easiest, but
I'd say Sekiro's
That's what
definitely
I've heard.
the hardest. Sekiro by like a mile. I don't remember why I
Well-
stopped playing Sekiro. There was like 2 different ways I could go and just get my ass kicked. A lot of specific shit you gotta do in that game.
That brings us to our next
Oh, no.
story, Dr. Disrespect. And I figured this was going to be the longest amount of time we're going to spend on a story because there's a lot to it. I was going to start at the beginning here. So this person, Cody Connors, who apparently used to work for Twitch, 4 years later came out and said that he got banned for sexting a minor through the Whisper system, which is a messaging system in Twitch that no longer exists, and I can see why they took it away. Probably for things like this. So he came out and said this, and then this person, Jake Lucky, who seems to be in the esports world, I actually am unfamiliar with.
Jake
him.
Lucky's the one that brought the Dr. Disrespect name into it.
Gotcha.
Prior, the guy did not say Dr. Disrespect's name. He alluded to it by the way other people were posting, but it was Jake Lucky of that
I
name
see.
called Jake's who brought in Dr. Disrespect's name.
Gotcha. So this is what kind of made everybody kind of, upset over the situation, is that Dr. Disrespect replied to him saying, Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. And obviously a lawyer wrote that, but everybody on the internet didn't take that the right way. Or, I mean, I don't know if there's a right way to take it, to be honest. He didn't flat out say, no, those allegations are incorrect. So,
Yeah, and as being a person in marketing, when he said no wrongdoing was acknowledged, I'm like, that's an interesting turn of phrase there.
That's something that Mudabar.
Yeah, that is very down the middle. I could have,
Yeah, we're run.
Case in point, the body that you're attached to, ABF, has acknowledged no wrongdoing, but
allegedly,
yeah.
Allegedly.
I know. I know you can't control the rest of the body, but I'm just saying. I'm making a point there.
Yeah, Jet, I'm in the same boat as you. Do you guys have like a favorite Dr. Disrespect moment? Like, did you guys? I don't regularly watch him, but some of the clips I used to watch during like the PUBG days were insane.
Yeah, I remember one time he was like, somebody asked him like what headset he uses or something. He's like, I use my eyes and my ears, and I use steroids. Like, what? It doesn't change my ability to play games. It's the way you said shit is so funny sometimes.
My favorite one is when he figured out the problem of how to get his whole team on a tricycle.
That's also my favorite. He's sitting there with what was it, the M16? And
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a 3-person vehicle, and they have to get across the map to the safe zone, but they have a fourthie with them. That's what we used to call them in PUBG, is fourthies. And Dr. Disrespect keeps just like aiming right onto his forehead, and then just kills him.
I forgot.
Yeah, just kills him.
He keeps ADRing. Yeah.
Yeah. And kills him, and then just immediately starts looting his body. And who was with him? It was
probably this, because he was always with him back then.
No,
Shroud.
It was Shroud. Shroud was with him, and he's like, are we gonna talk about what just happened? And he's like, there's nothing to talk about. Let's go, baby.
Go now.
He's just like totally one set mind, and then PUBG ends up banning him, and that made him even more popular when he came back to PUBG again.
Oh yeah.
And that clip of him reacting to the ban is absolutely hilarious too. Him just standing up, coming back into frame, yelling in the microphone. Oh man, glorious.
Oh, the best one though, I think, he didn't even talk, was he was dropping at prison. He's like getting all pumped up, and he clips a tree and falls to his death. It was so good. I am a firm believer in waiting to see I'm waiting for all of the facts to come out.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can surmise. Obviously, we wouldn't have shows like this if we didn't surmise things. But I'm
trying to keep my bias in check on this one, because who freaking knows, right? But all I know is that Doc is a very entertaining person, and he's inspired a lot of gaming streamers. Oh yeah. So.
Oh, totally.
I always wonder why the people who come out with accusations, they never show evidence of anything. Like, what is keeping that hidden have to do, like, until trial?
Right.
Or are you literally just trying to blackmail or grift something out of someone when you could just take them to court and sue them for the same thing?
Yo, Jay.
Yo, drunk dude. Yo.
Jay, you see this weapon? You see this weapon behind me?
I didn't even notice it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Almost as good as Molly.
Almost.
Hail drunk. Hail Jay. My son keeps bothering me about AC Green. Let's go. Drop it.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
Drop it.
He's trying to get that coloring book.
I need a book that I don't have to look over my son's shoulder for. It's always nice. So.
I'm with Wizard for instance. I'm with Malty, for instance. Where's the proof? Where's the receipts? There are people on Twitter, X, who are saying that like tomorrow, shit's about to get hot, stuff's about to drop. We'll see, but until that moment comes, where are the receipts?
Yep.
Let us see the receipts, and then we'll settle it. We'll settle it. That'll be it. If it turns out that he's a massive piece of shit who was sexting a minor and was attempting to hook up with a minor at TwitchCon, then that is what it is. But if it's not, I hope he takes the jewels out of every single one of these people who committed libel against him on Twitter, quite frankly.
Here's something I want to add to this real quick, and then I'll let y'all go. I am so sick and tired of people being tried in the court of public opinion before they have their fair day in the judicial court.
Yeah, 100.
Absolutely.
That's what's happening.
And by the way, I don't know about you, Malty, but people we don't agree with and we don't like their shows, and they might be diametrically against everything that we believe. I think everybody should get their chance.
Yes.
Because if you don't apply that to people we don't agree with across the board, then what are we actually doing? So,
Right.
Yeah.
They might not have standards, but we have to maintain ours.
I was that way with Lee Majors. So I was like, whatever, you know. Wait till all the facts come out, and they came out. It's like, all right, you know.
Your AC's making a bunch of noise again, Mo.
Is it? It was 96 degrees.
Aim
here.
it back up
Actually,
your shorts again.
Actually, I don't think it's me. Okay, I just turned it off.
Oh,
It's somebody
maybe it's Nerd
else's.
Slap then.
Maybe it's me.
Damn it.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
it is.
Nerd Slap.
Maybelline. It is you.
See, Alec Baldwin finger didn't wait for all the facts to come out, and he blamed me.
started
I mean,
wagging
did I
that
raise a
finger.
bunch of attitude?
See
was
what I
just trying to
mean?
Get to the bottom of it.
Wait a
All
minute.
right, how's that?
Does that
The
mean
first step was-
Alec Baldwin's finger misses?
I was gonna say he's been
Breaking
missing all
news.
night.
No, he didn't miss.
How-
He just hit the
How
wrong
did I
target.
miss when two people's air conditioners were making noise in the pre-room?
Yep.
And to be fair, before it was all, but how does it sound now?
Oh, way to throw him under the bus.
Much
That's
better,
like,
much
geez.
better.
I mean, hey,
No
before it
wonder I'm on the
was.
You all are
He
assholes.
was hip firing.
Bring Wayfarer's
Come on,
back
guys.
up. Bring Wayfarer's comment back up. Come on, bring it back up. Bring it back up.
What's
Bring
that,
it back up.
Wayfarers?
Nerd slap,
Exactly,
innocent, proven guilty. Okay.
Wait, what is that? That's not in the Constitution.
Yeah.
That's totally not what our law and order society is built on. Come on.
I'll take that accuracy,
Oh,
Weasel.
you know what? That's still over 100.
He's got that civilization Gandhi accuracy. Just kind of
That negative
so
one.
much.
The negative
Yeah, it
one.
goes
rule,
over.
baby.
Yes, it goes over so much that it resets. Yes, he's so accurate. He's completely inaccurate. Digest that one, folks.
So after all of that, Dr. Disrespect comes out and basically says the internet is the internet, and a lawyer wrote this response, by the way. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations in the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. And he keeps saying this, and this is kind of important, I guess. I don't know. It's a point that if there was some sort of illegal activity going on, how would he still get paid on his contract from anything happening on the sidelines? And usually there's a morality clause in these contracts, so you would think Twitch would use against him because they don't want to pay out whatever millions of dollars were involved, because there was a lot of money involved. You
think the board at Twitch aren't there with the Foxkin or whatever that thing was? Sorry, Tobias. You don't think there's a lot of PDF files behind the scenes? They're probably like, yeah, all right. Well, we all make mistakes a few times and get, restraining orders from schools. Whatever. Happens to the best of us. Here's your money. They certainly don't have the moral high ground to point at Dr. Disrespect. That's all I got to say about that. So,
yeah,
in that framing, that could make a little sense. So,
and I forgot Elden Ring Monday, which which is let's see here. DJ Cooper came out with the funniest response, like right as all this was
I didn't even see
coming
this.
out
That's
the other
great.
day. Never forget, Twitch hired a self-identified deer lady to be on their safety council team.
May I self-identify as a 308 round and
Look
put
at
her
this
out of her
crazy
misery?
person.
I
can smell her. She must have the same green screen program as Big Dog Jake. It's just like. At least Big Dog Jake is a manly man that smokes heaters during the stream.
Yeah,
So
you're damn right.
We're offsetting. We're offsetting that
what?
awfulness.
And you know what? I can smell her unshaven armpits from here, and I don't
Oh,
like it. At least I shower.
I was just thinking.
I feel like there's a dead tooth or two in there.
Definitely.
Dead tooth.
And
dead
Nerd
soul.
Wars just reminded me. He was on Hypnotic's stream, and he reminded everybody of a timeline that people seem to be forgetting. Is that during the time of him getting like kicked off of Twitch, it was surrounding the Mixer stuff.
Yep.
Remember how they were kind of fighting back and forth with having contracts to come over to one platform or the other.
Yep.
And Doc was kind of using that as like a bidding war. And then the next thing you know, he gets banned off of Twitch. And everybody assumed that that was Twitch saying, don't fucking put us up in a bidding war against Mixer because Microsoft money. We don't want to mess with that. So
okay,
yep,
two
remember
things.
Mixer?
Two things, if I may. Two things, if I may. One, anybody in Dr. Disrespect's shoes, if they know what they're doing, would absolutely start a bidding war on themselves. Of course. Why wouldn't they? Get that bag. Number two, they let Ninja go. And Ninja was the hottest shit at that time. And Microsoft paid him what? It was like $100 million for a 4-year contract. Let him go.
Yeah.
Twitch's numbers dropped precipitously for like a month afterwards and never fully recovered. Obviously, things have gone up as time has gone on. But if you go back and you look at the charts of when they dropped off, they never fully recovered in the same manner. And Ninja did get double paid. He got paid out fully by Twitch, and he got that $100 million from Microsoft, which he did not have to finish 4 years for.
Ninja seems like the smartest businessman alive.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his own character in Raid Shadow Legends, getting double paid by Twitch and Mixer.
Streaming the Mixer was great. Actually, it was the only thing it did right. It was real easy to kind of get your show up and running. So, that was about the only thing. Everything else was crap, but gotta give him that at least.
So let's go back to this person really quick. Cody Connors is the person that broke all of this in the first place, right? This started coming out. Let me blow up on it a little bit. This was a year ago. And he was telling people, because he's a musician that actually has live concerts and sells tickets, I guess, who was telling people that if he sells out his 3 time slots on tour, he will the show sells out, I'll 100% explain why we banned him during the set, and he's referring to Dr. Disrespect. So this was a year ago. And yeah, so December 1st and October 31st he was saying this.
Hold on. He'll 100% explain why we banned him during the set. Right. Which means it's something that he can just say in a public forum, so he can't be held liable if he's lying about it. That's how I'm reading that.
Wow, I didn't even...
Because it's performative.
Yes, he could say that it's considered performative, so it could be total bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that would be the defense. Multi jump right on it. He knows the hardcore scene, so yeah, jump right on that.
Let me take the man bun down.
Hey.
We'll get wild with it.
Hardcore scene too. We get wild in here.
I like how we're talking about air conditioners, and a person named Mark with AC hops in and starts talking about air conditioning.
One of the best movies ever, right there. By the way, you know what that was from, right?
No, what was the
Empire Records?
Oh yeah.
Records, shit.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I guess we're talking about music now.
I understood that reference. Ooh. Go ahead.
But so it then unfolded to Doc coming out and saying on his... Can you guys hear this?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to explain it because
please do.
It's a long... Well, the video after this is long, but he basically says to his super chatters, "I'm not going to talk about it today." So, and that
Okay.
was during his Elden Ring stream this morning.
Which a lot of people pulled like a 7-minute clip out of him saying that, you know what, taking a break, probably not going to stream tomorrow, going to reset.
No, that actually happened hours later.
That happened later after
Yeah.
this.
Well, okay, so
Okay.
something else happened between then, and that was I don't know if you guys know about this Midnight
that's right.
Society game.
That's right.
This is Doc's NFT video game, which
Yep.
NFTs I still think are cringe as fuck. And I don't want them in my video games because when people are monetarily influenced to cheat, they're going to cheat.
Right.
100%.
So,
And this
Yeah.
is not real life where the maximum applies of if you're not cheating, you're not trying. This is a video game where rules matter. This isn't NAM. We have rules here, okay?
So whoever controls the account for Midnight Society at 12 a.m. I guess
That's a damn good handle.
That's a good, yeah, that's a good handle.
they,
Lucky.
this appears to be the account because they're verified. Claim that they started investigating with some parties involved and came to the conclusion that they want to distance themselves from Doc, which is a huge decision because Doc not being attached to that video game anymore is like kind of a nail in the coffin.
Right. And Doc was a founder
Yeah.
of this company.
Sheer
and absolutely
fucking
brought
hubris.
everybody over.
Where's
This
the
would be nothing without him. If he brought
Yeah.
nobody over, it'd be nothing. And it might be nothing now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand you want to publicly distance while you let the the facts come to light. I can totally get that, but I am absolutely 100% sure there are contracts already involved. Were they just doing this as a PR move, but he still has stake in the company or the game?
I imagine he still has whatever stake that he had. They just don't want him publicly attached to the property anymore or whatever the development is.
Well, for now, I think they could have worded it better. Maybe I'm just wrong about this, but
And actually, Grums put out a post agreeing with you on that a couple hours ago. He basically said that whoever wrote this did not have a lawyer talking in their ear. So
yeah.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Seems like, again, like ABF said, whoever controls at 12
Oh.
a.m. Society and their 55 developers and their families jumped in front of this quickly in fear of whatever they think was going to happen.
You know what the damning phrase is on the last paragraph.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Oh,
Go
the
ahead.
C word?
While these facts,
That's exactly it.
there are no. These aren't facts.
No.
These
This
are
is
suppositions.
postulation. It's supposition.
Allegations.
Yeah, okay.
At
While these
best.
facts.
So the facts
Uh-oh.
that they're referring to
Boom.
are the
Slander.
information that they got from these parties that they spoke to.
Those aren't facts.
And this
Right.
this upsets me greatly. We
Yeah.
assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. Stop. Okay, good. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. Okay, you've been doing speaking behind the scenes with parties involved. He is still innocent. He is still innocent. This is something that I very much dislike when it comes to people getting arrested, for instance. Typical thing. Someone walks in a room and says, so-and-so got arrested. Someone says, what did they do? No. You don't say, what did they do? You say, why did they get arrested? We don't presume they did anything. That's the foundation of the United States. That's the foundation of civil society. You don't presume anybody did anything wrong, period. You wait until the receipts come out. You wait until they are judged by a jury of their peers in a legal setting, and that's it.
But that
You
whole
don't-
last paragraph is going to bury them big
Yeah.
time.
Absolutely.
Even more
I think you're
difficult to
right.
hear and difficult to accept. You're framing what he did as
Right.
first a fact and then something that's so hideous and disgusting like
Correct.
that it is bad. And it's just like,
And
you
that's
know,
absolutely
and here's the reason why he might be, and I'm not, I'm not like, I'm not an apologist. I'm not a Uber fan or anything like that. I watch him every so often. He was fun to watch when I first started playing PUBG. I just kind of tapered off like you do. You just quit watching people. But here's the thing. He's probably taking a back seat and not streaming so that he doesn't say something stupid and ruin his case. He just might know better to just like, I'll just
Right.
be quiet because that'll
Right.
make, yeah.
When
So
you stream for 8 to 10 hours a day, and
You'll
you
say some
have
dumb
to
shit,
Keep
yeah.
talking. You will say some dumb shit. Absolutely.
and he's a shit talker too, which I
Oh,
love
yeah,
him for
he
that.
is.
He's a
Oh, yeah,
basketball
he
player,
is.
like
Like you.
yeah. So I think he's just like, okay, I'm gonna let these guys bury themselves, and I'll come back when I'm ready. So
And that's the big brain move. That's the 3D chess move. Is that
Yep.
as soon as people start doing this, you back up and you just let them do this.
that's
Just
not even
let it
like
happen.
that's like a cheap plastic chess set. You still have to think about it, but you don't put much investment into it. You just gotta be like, I'm just be quiet. I've been through this shit before. I'm done. So I think it'll be indefinitely until people step on their own. They stub their toe on something and they screw up because if he knows that they're right and he has a defamation suit, you just keep your mouth shut. So
Yeah.
And it very well might be the case that he's just stepping back, watching Sideshow Bob step on rakes all over Twitter for however long it takes. Just keep stepping on him. Okay.
Yep.
I got my lures cocked and locked, ready to drop. We'll see.
Yep, I agree with that.
I
Possibly
just
tomorrow.
want to come back to this one point though. If there was something illegal or something that happened, then both parties are at fault for not reporting it, and the other party is at fault for doing it, right?
Right. Because
So if
initially, like they said, I'm sorry for cutting you off, ABF, but I really wanted to get this out. Initially,
Sure.
as they said on the Twitch side, the allegations were months. Twitch knew about the allegations like 4 or 5 months before they terminated with Dr. Disrespect.
yeah, and I don't know, it's
It's a long
just it's
time.
crazy to me that they've already decided to throw him under the bus. But I mean, yeah, like I don't know. I think that there's a possibility that Twitch is also at fault, and with these NDAs, it's gonna protect both parties, right?
Right.
So I think that Twitch failed to notify people of any wrongdoing, and they're probably at fault for letting it go. Because
Okay.
they don't monitor those whispers or whatever, and they're the authorities are gonna get on their ass for not doing so, right? And that's
Yeah.
probably why they got rid
Well-
of it. 'Cause
well,
they're
here's the
"Man, this
thing.
is a huge liability."
NDAs don't cover what you're talking about. NDAs
Exactly.
cover like trade secrets and stuff like that. Like it's just basically like if you're giving up information that could compromise our ability to do business, that's an NDA. If Dr. Disrespect is like, yeah, were your parents born in 1993,
yeah.
1994? It's just like no, you got to like if you think an NDA covers that, I got news for you.
I'm wondering though if the NDA does cover things that do lead to those things, though, to people discovering them. You know what I mean?
Right, but
I know it's really muddy. We're never gonna get the real answer.
I got one
think.
word for you: discovery. I'm sure the
Yeah.
board and they're just like, just get if you get in trouble for it, we're totally screwed.
But that's my
You know.
point, though, is that if both parties are at fault, it will never go to discovery because neither one of them wanted to go to court.
Right.
So
And what
ju-
we're saying, folks, is there's plenty of motivations to sweep this under the rug on every single side, or to weaponize this to get somebody out of the way, like Dr. Disrespect. There's a lot of reasonable inferences that you can make that, like, okay, this might be their motivation. Like, if they got caught doing something on their system, then Twitch will have to give up all their Twitch things, and we have to have Mr. Fox McGillicuddy, Foxkin. I'm sure his DMs are just wonderful. His whispers are, I'm sure, just above board across the board. Because they're not creeps at all. People that think they're animals.
yeah,
Sorry, once again, sorry, Tobias. We love you. Yeah. So, it's just like that's why you have to wait till all the facts come out. Like if somebody's AC unit is a little too loud, maybe it's not Mo Zamboni one time, maybe just for once. So, I'm just saying.
yeah, that's my reaction
I
too. Not at all.
mean, hey, I'm just saying, it was you at the beginning. That's all.
It was me. but now
Multi
it's
was the first person to add this, so NerdSlab, you can stop sharing. I'm going to use his.
All right. No problem.
So I have not watched this yet.
Let me
Save
know
it.
when you want me to start it.
Go for it.
different scene back then, having a good time, playing the games that were fun to interact with and create content with. And over the years, it's just gotten, I don't know, like it's been drained out of me. It's being drained out of me. It's being drained out of my family and I. And I just feel like, I had the mindset of let's just see what happens today. How are we feeling? And I'll tell you, I just, I don't know. I'm just feeling burnt out. Maybe it's time to start something new, something different. Different scene back then, having a good time, playing the games that were fun to interact with and create content with. And over the years, it's just gotten, I don't know, like it's been drained out of me. It's being drained out of me.
Did it replay?
Yeah.
It's being drained out of
You can
my
pause it.
family and I.
Brings up a good point.
I mean,
The
the
scene
guy,
was a lot different even 7-8 years ago.
the guy has probably got a lot of money in the bank by now, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And
Yeah,
then he's
and he-
probably seeing all this hate on today and just being like, man, maybe I should just take a break for a while.
Well, it's like one of
Don't
those
blame
things. Of course, you're going to burn out whenever you stream that long every single daggum day.
Yep.
And when you are also have a family or trying to maintain a family life, you do need to take a vacation. It's for your own health and the health of your relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but think about it. He's been dealing with the Nick Merck stuff. He's been dealing with the Call of Duty stuff. He's been dealing with, just people throwing strays at him and stuff like that. It's got to eat at you for a while, And
Well,
you have your cohorts like Tim the Tat Man, who's like trying to like kind of ride the fence, and you have people like Nick Merckx, who's essentially based at this point. I think he's like, screw it, I'm just going for broke here. But that has to be like that kind of that adjacent stuff has to wear you out, because you have to kind of tread carefully when people talk like that, for better or worse. You have to do that. You're trying to avoid drama because he's had so much before that. So it has to be, and he's got kids, or he's got a kid, I think.
I think one.
And on top of it all, as well, his streams are performative. That's not who he is behind closed doors. That's who he is on camera.
Mhm.
So he is putting on a persona and a face, like a mask, a visage, whatever you want to call it,
Homie's
for
wearing
that
a
many
vest,
hours every day.
Viper's in a wig. Like, obviously it's performative.
Which
Yeah,
is even more mentally and emotionally straining when you do it. for
Right.
that.
To
Yeah,
spend
that's-
half
that's
of
a
your
good
day
point.
being somebody else that's not who you are. I couldn't
Okay.
do this show for an hour pretending to be somebody I'm not.
I think though that his persona that he's created though is like, it's like half him and half fiction, right? So it's probably, it's probably not that hard to put on a face for. You know what I mean?
That's a hyperbolic version of him. He's a
Exactly.
he's a lifelong basketball player, and
Yeah.
I understand this. You shit talk. I don't know if you noticed, but I like to talk shit. But it's all in jest, and that's what he does when he gets on his. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to talk? Am I allowed to talk, Big Dog Jake? Am I allowed to talk? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Light up another heater. Enjoy. I'm about to break it down for you.
Make your point, Jake.
No, my
please.
point my point was going to be very
Let's
simple.
go.
If
Make
it
your
is
point.
a matter of
Make a
him
point.
being half of himself and then half of this kind of facade that he puts up, the problem obviously comes in is if that facade starts to bleed into when he's off camera, as what happens with actors constantly. When you're pretending to be somebody else, even if it's just a tiny part of who you pretend to be. How long are you going to do that until it starts to bleed into who you actually are, even if you don't want it, even if you're consciously aware of it happening?
Wow, the Wayfarer is holy shit. All right. Oh, Phantom X, listen.
I didn't say that.
You don't even
He
like
that he loves to hear himself talk.
Yeah,
You're
you know what?
enablers.
I do, because I don't have that shitty accent. All right. I hate listening to you talk. You might make some good points, but that accent just ruins any and every. But I'll give you this: you're not as bad as Cajun Corey. I can understand what you're saying. So you're not at the bottom, but you're close. You're in the suburbs.
Trying to
You're in the
mimic my
suburbs.
salutations and ending of videos. You look up to me. Come on now, and not just in height.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, you could be. Then who?
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything ducked out. Yeah, you're like an inch taller than me, but like, all right, fine, you're taller than me. Fuck you.
Oh my God, he said it. Holy
Damn.
cow. We're speaking truth to power tonight, baby.
All right, Malty is. It's like if he was in like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and they put him like they just made him grow just a little more than what he was before. He's like proportionally huge. He doesn't seem that tall, but he's a tall dude. So
Nice try, nerd. He's been gone for 3 weeks and he comes back to humble your ass. Quite frankly, good.
all right,
Good.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Under 6 feet tall.
Who, me?
All right.
No. Back up with
Who's
that.
in charge of showing these chats? Oh wait, that's right.
Not
Dr.
you.
Yes, he is. He's 6
He
feet.
is.
He's a
Dr.
big dude.
Inspector's mad tall.
Doc is like a freakish human.
He's as tall as me. It's wild. Would not expect it.
Everybody knows your weakness, Mo, and that's
Oh, I don't care. That's fine.
Height
I
affirmation.
am, but it's because I'm in a garage and it's 90 fucking degrees outside. I am 6 feet tall and I am soaking wet.
See now Mo's about to call you a liar. Creativity.
That's okay. I don't know what 6 foot with a number 7 and no inches after it is. I'm 6 foot.
Oh.
Is there like another one coming in where it has the inch symbol and says I'm retarded?
Oh damn! You got the DeSantis special shoes.
Did.
Yeah, he got them lifts.
I'm at home. Go shoot some alligators, you asshole.
Easy.
Hey, don't knock shooting alligators.
Go noodle for some catfish, you swamp creature.
The chat just seems to be dogpiling on you right now.
I'm officially
Oh,
calling
Mo,
it
we
truce.
love
The
Mo.
fatwa against Mo is
So
over.
it
Everybody
can't be ABF and his misaccusations. It can't be Multi with his underhanded comments. It can't be Nerd Slap with his fucking diesel powered AC unit. It can't be Naganol playing on his gay ass console, and it can't be Big Dog lighting up heaters and talking over everybody all the time. Fuck everybody and fuck the chat. Fuck you all.
Thanks.
You know what? A man has to put his foot down somewhere, and this was it, baby.
You almost
Sweat
had it
my
right.
ass up trying to entertain you people.
My AC
Fuck you
uses
and your mothers.
propane.
So
Oh, here we go. Nerd Wars just made a meme for Nagernal. Are you ready for this, Nagernal?
Oh, boy.
I'm not.
Oh, that's good.
Very
It's
good.
accurate.
Very good.
Well, the only problem with that though is the accuracy of it being an Xbox controller. He only
No, I
loves
used to have-
throwing PlayStation controllers through the wall. So
Because you can snap him in half.
No, there's like
know,
a
but I
dent in that
love
wall
how-
over there. That's an Xbox controller.
I like how
Why do you
it's so
think he has all that
perfect.
shit hanging up?
I like how it's like perfectly like just clean and everything. It's-
Yeah,
I don't know why it's so funny.
it was brand new and.
we don't question the memes; they just exist. Okay.
Oh no, the memes are the best. Yeah, no, that makes it even funnier.
But yeah, I don't know. I saw, to get back to the Dr. Disrespect stuff, I saw the Quartering put out a message basically saying, oh, so Dr. Disrespect is being kicked out of his own company and is now going on vacation. He's like, we're probably gonna see whatever these people saw tomorrow. And like I think that's like a 50-50 possibility that something about Doc is gonna come out tomorrow.
Right.
So
Well, let's be serious. The Quartering just I like listening to him. He does a good job of kind of relaying like news and stuff like that. But he does bury he releases 4 to 5 videos a day. They get buried real quick. So if he has one that really, really hits, like whatever he said the day or the day before, it kind of gets lost. And I think that's kind of part of the plan, which is fine. It's okay.
It's fine.
You know,
How-
that's
however,
fine. But
if
you know,
lampshading the news was a person,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm okay with that. But I think he's right. I think, you know, he's seen it, but I don't know. I just always wait. I always tell people, unless somebody's
Yeah.
trying to break into my house, I'm going to wait to make a decision. You know?
And it might be that something does come out and it like is seemingly bad against Doc at first, but when you dissect it, you'll realize that it's like a nothing burger. Like that's a possibility too.
or alternatively, it could be something unrelated to this topic. It could be something else about Doc that he did bad, but is not necessarily legal. That is unrelated. That could also be a thing, just to again rile people up, and to Malty's point, get more people mad in the court of public opinion. More people in the court of public opinion say, "No, you're bad. Fuck you. We don't want anything to do with you."
Anything to tarnish the image, whether like exactly like what you said, whether it's illegal or not. Just like something like, oh, one time he was petting his puppy and he petted it too hard and it yelped. Look, he abuses dogs. They'll do shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's no Dave Filoni, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, unless you find peanut butter and oven mitts, we will give him a chance. So.
There was one other story that I wanted to cover really quick, and you know, just to make it so we're not ending everything on a low point. This is kind of cool, right?
Oh yeah,
this is kind of cool. It'd be nice.
So, you know, people look long and far on eBay and other used avenues to find the sweet spot, the 80 gig PS3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And specifically the one with like the 4 USB ports on it. Johnny was just telling us about this yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
And it sounds like that's exactly what they want to re-release. So that'll be
there's one about walking distance from where I work, and it has the yellow light of death, which means that it's overheated. Like it's possible to recover it, but those things, a working one is insane. Those things overheated and cooked themselves. That's why they're so rare.
Yep.
I would love to get my hands on one. I loved my PS3. I'm one of those people that had Linux on it. Like I used everything on there. I love playing PlayStation Home. PlayStation Home was the shit, dude. I used to love playing Remember PlayStation Home where you have your avatar and you could go bowling or you could watch trailers or you could go like mini golf and stuff like that. It was so much fun.
Are you trying to say that consoles used to be the master race?
Yeah.
That they just overheated too much?
I mean, they did kind of trade blows for a while. Consoles have been better than PCs during certain points of different eras, right?
Oh yeah.
So
I would assume. I've only been a console person.
But I mean, dude, when the PlayStation 3 came out, what was the release price of it?
$600.
$600.
Wow.
And that was in what year was that?
2006. Yep.
2006. $600 back then. That's
Wow.
that's like
By the way-
$2,000 now, right?
Oh yeah. By the way, well, depends on when you watch this. Today, tomorrow, or next week. That could be a lot more. But not to get too political. But yeah, no. It was. But they're like, it's the cheapest Blu-ray player. People are like, dude, we've been on DVDs for like 7 years at this point.
Right.
We're still on tube TVs. You know, like for the most part, that like getting a flat screen was very expensive. The first one we ever got was a Vizio 32-inch, and it was the cheapest by far. It was $900.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was stupid expensive, but it was the cheapest way to get in. Everything else was $2,000 or $3,000 for that size. It was insane.
Now you can get a Black Friday special 72-inch for like $400.
Yeah.
I'm on a 32-inch 1440p monitor here, and it cost me like $120 because it was missing a stand. It's just insane.
But yeah, so this is probably through just software emulation, right? They're working on making PlayStation 3 games backwards compatible.
Well, yeah, to that end, the chipset they use is essentially the same in the Xbox Series X and S. Well, the X and it's AMD. And if you have a laptop that has a good built-in AMD well, they call it APU, but it's the CPU
Yeah.
and the GPU. It can play PS3 games pretty well, and if they're the ones that made the games and they know how to optimize it, because all emulators are trying to do is suppose how they're trying to translate the old instructions to work on new computers, but if they know how to do that, they can definitely do that on the software. I know that it shouldn't be a problem, but they got to do it on their own. They can't just steal emulators, which a lot of companies have been known to do. They've stolen a lot of code.
The hardware architecture of a PS3 is different than the x86 hardware that these consoles use now, which is the same as PCs, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's why there's so much cross compatibility now. But they'll have to use software emulation to make it work with the older technology or the standard that's no longer used. Not that it's older, it's just different, right?
Well, if they do what they did with the Xbox One and the Xbox 360, I think they'll be okay, because the Xbox One was Power PC and the Xbox 360 was Power PC, which is like old Macs, from the early 2000s. That's it, and then they went to x86, so that's a big jump. Mm-hmm. Those instruction sets do not jive together. Yeah, go ahead.
This is an interesting point, though, because I recently picked up an Xbox because the Series X, because I actually didn't realize for a while that how backwards compatible it was with the older games. Jeremy started talking about playing Black Ops again, and I was like, oh yeah, I have that game in my garage, but I don't have the console for it anymore. You can just pop that bitch right into a brand new console and keep playing it.
Yeah.
So and you
I
can't
bought an
do that
Xbox
with PS5.
One. I had about an Xbox One with a kind of a wanky disk drive. Apparently it works fine. They just needed to clean it. But I got it for like $40. I popped Black Ops in there, installed it. We were off and running. So
yeah. Nerd Slab, you got anything to add about the backwards compatibility?
I just want to say that PC's kind of been able to do stuff like this for years with emulators. So PC Master Race.
Now that PCs don't have disk drives anymore, where are you going to keep your physical media?
Right on the bookshelf.
I was thinking about getting a disk drive so I can play Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, just get a removable disk drive.
You can still get a disk drive. I have a disk drive right here in this computer I'm touching right now.
You can get them real cheap.
Look
on
as I
Amazon.
touch it. I can rip 4K UHD Blu-rays on this thing.
A USB disk drive for a PC is like $20, isn't it?
Oh my goodness! That's like brand new. If you go on Facebook Marketplace, you could get it for a song and a dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So, I think it's cool that they're trying to, because retro games are picking up right now. People are starting to be collectors and stuff like that. They're recognizing where people are going with their money, and they're trying to recapture it. So, if they can just put the games in digital form, that way people, because there's a finite amount of physical media out there. As long as
stream the hidden Discord chat, nerd. What the fuck, man? Not that
that's
there's
all right.
anything wrong with that, but
that's all right. Isaac is a plebe. At least it wasn't a white one. He didn't. Apparently Isaac doesn't know what contrast is. So I don't think I barely saw it. So
well, when you only think about one color, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like how Isaac's like, then scroll up, damn it. Isaac's got the same kind of like defense argument that Dr. Disrespect says. It's like, hey, if you don't like it, don't watch.
Yes, it's very subtle.
Yeah, that's real subtle.
The black on black on slate black is very, very subtle.
Yes, the Germans from the Austrian painter's wonderful symbol is it's incredibly subtle. I agree. It's so subtle that people still recoil to this day. Subtle. Isaac, I do not think that word means what you think it means. Dude.
Oh.
If you still have floppy disk drives, do you even have a way to play them?
I do. I have 150 new old stock floppy disks right over here.
You too?
Yeah, unopened.
I have packs
unopened.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I got them.
4 megabyte packs. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, Isaac,
you should probably tame your skills. We're gonna tame that skill in the Discord. I can tell you that right now. I'm gonna throw this shit out there like Nagranol's opinions on consoles. So
You said you played. You said you
thrower,
used to
not
play
a
PlayStation
shower.
3.
yeah, I used to play consoles. I used to like a lot of people. I thought Mark Hamill was an okay guy. It doesn't mean just because I did doesn't mean I do.
I'm saying that playing on consoles is just not good.
Well, nowadays, when I, back about 15, 20 years ago, they were all right. You didn't know what their affiliation was. Now they got now they're all like, oh, you can play anything on anybody. We're like trans console, So that's all I got to say about that. All right. PC Master Race forever. All right.
You're wrong.
Trying to get a game to run on your shitty computer in the late 80s and early 90s. You don't understand, my man. You don't know.
Build character.
The build
I used
character.
to play
Yeah.
tons of PC
You're like,
games.
you know what? I got a
I feel like
286.
PC used to be a little better too, but I don't know.
It's always been good. It just depends on how you use it. It's just a tool. So
Nagranol's
if you
all
use
like,
a PC, it's just a tool. If you play consoles, you are a tool.
Play on anything.
Thank you
I'll
very
play wherever I can play my games. I just happen to like most games on console.
Nagranol's got a skateboard. He's all,
Risket's
hello,
comment
fellow
is
PC
great.
Gamers.
I like Risket's comment a lot. That's
Slow mo
Someone
and the
call
floppy
Bootsy Collins.
Ds.
That would be great.
that's actually not that bad. If you're talking about a funk band, that's not bad. I'm stealing that. You better trademark it, otherwise I will. You better get to it. Yeah, the Discord has let people get in that GCA Discord.
Yeah,
Nothing but love.
Join it if you're here and you're not on there.
That's right. Please
It
do.
is a very, very busy place.
In a good way, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
A lot of
might
great people there.
you might see a couple of Isaac memes that are
You might.
You won't see that one from earlier. I can tell you that much. The band hammer is coming. It's not that it's not funny, but I'm gonna wait till we get a gilded till you drop that shit, son. All right.
yeah. Well, we're not doing Gilded because you got to have a Roblox account for that now, and I refuse
that
to do
noise.
that shit. So
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Let's say.
wow. Somehow that's even more fruity.
yes, and Nerd Words, I want to point out too. How come they don't have aim assist for mouse and keyboard? Just ask yourself that. I wonder why. Why is that?
Is the same reason why bowlers don't use bumpers?
Yeah, I don't know why they have it on controller either. You really don't
Is it
need
because they're mildly
Option, though.
retarded or completely?
Believe
You
me,
make
Nack-
the call.
All I know
If
is
it's not
that-
aim assist on controllers, you'd notice and you'd throw more controllers into your wall. Believe me.
Well,
You
when
notice.
game devs move too hard in one direction to assist one of the inferior input device people, they make it to where you actually have a better accuracy by
Right.
using a controller because the magnetism
I
is
never
insane.
said it wasn't more accurate.
No,
to play with a mouse.
I'm more complaining about like Apex Legends and stuff like that.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, it shouldn't be
It-
an option on like online video games. That's not my fault.
I totally agree, but it's for some reason is a lot of people opt to use controller because the assist is that insane. So
Yeah, they should be sectioned off into like just controller lobbies, just
Oh my goodness.
SNT lobbies.
Well,
I don't
Nerd
know how
Wars,
they'd
I
be
feel
able to
ya.
tell, but
yeah, Nerd Wars, I feel you, man. It definitely helps with design and video editing when you can program those buttons.
Does.
Those are
And-
yeah, but it's definitely useful. Yeah, they're useful all across the board.
but yeah, I think we've come to the end of the episode.
Right on.
Multi, do you have anything to shout out?
Well, we talked privately. Just filmed a new rant. I don't know
Yes.
if it's live yet,
Oh,
but
it's so
about to
it's
go
so live. It's
All right, it's
totally
out
live.
there.
It's the most live.
oh yeah, I watched
So,
it just
it's
before
out
we,
there.
just before. we
Okay, so
started.
yeah, new video just dropped right before the stream. Apparently, we're constantly doing stuff like this. Always doing watch parties, all this stuff in the GCA, making sure that we keep people involved and loving what we're doing, having freaking fun with it. So yeah, follow most of all of us. Well, everyone here is in the Discord.
That's right.
This little chunk of 4 right here. We're 50% of the GCA.
That's right.
Nerd slap you and me against the world now.
Yeah, let's go. We got this, brother.
Do your own thing.
We'll stand united.
Interesting you say that, good sir.
Oh, yes, I know. I'm setting you up, brother.
Oh.
Well, in that case, my name is Jake. Make things easier on people. I go by Big Dog Jake, BIGGDOGGJAKE. You can follow me on Twitter, Stroke X, Beware Politics. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Discord. I'm a professional, though occasional VOA for hire. I'm a political writer and analyst for hire. I am someone who loves video games and loves metal music and will talk to anyone about them. And by the way, I don't know if everybody paid attention to the announcement, but me and a couple of friends of mine are going to be launching a podcast, episode 0, this coming Thursday, 9 p.m. EST. Everybody tune the fuck in. My name is Jake, and I'm out. ABF, thanks so much for having me on the 10th episode of Off the Hip. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, we made it to 10.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nerd Slap. I was watching you play. What was it Back for Blood today?
Yeah, Back for Blood. Started the campaign for that. Finally got through Act 1. I'm gonna start Act 2 next time. But yeah, I'm just streaming over on Kick and working on some side stuff that's taking a little longer than expected. But then, Mondays with y'all. Thanks again for having me on. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks for being here. You're the guy that made the intro.
Yes, sir.
And
I am working
to-
on a new one.
yeah, we might need to refresh that thing from time to time. So I'll have to come back with you some ideas.
Yes. If you guys have any ideas of things you want to see, just shoot it to me in a message.
Here's something that you could probably not use.
I like I was using Windows 8.
Monster. Pretty much. Yeah.
And he's got like a Louis Vuitton.
I was gonna
bag,
say,
too.
I don't know how Nagranol comes out looking bad in this. Yeah, this is...
Mo.
I wish.
So you're a member of the Legion of Memers now. What does that
Yes.
feel like?
It feels like I've been invited. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to be a regular panelist on Saturdays from 4 to 6, 4 to 5, depends on what the
Nice.
stream's about, if we have any guests. But it's been pretty good. But my love and my attention is always towards the GCA. I work with 7 of the most talented people, even if they like consoles, which is pretty gay. But honestly, that's where it's at. That's where the secret sauce is at. Come watch GCA. Come watch the Legion of Memers. It's really fun to kind of watch people, lift untalented people like Isaac up on high, and show his mildly mongoloid memes, his MMMs as I like to call them. So
Great adjective.
but yeah, no, it's his M3s. So. But no, it's been really fun doing that. But being in the Discord is really fun. Just kind of listening to people. You get like, kind of like you got your ear to the ground with a bunch of people that really care about the fellowship, and that's honestly where the most fun is. Everything else is just icing on the cake, people. So join that Discord, watch the GCA, follow me on Legion of Memers on Saturday, and we will see you on the next one. Sorry, I was doing an outro. I just kind of went into autopilot. My bad. I apologize. Go ahead.
No worries. Nagranol, tell us what you got coming up.
Not much. I have a YouTube channel. You can follow it here in the comments. And the GCA is Wednesday, 9 Eastern.
8:30 Eastern.
Whatever.
Well, they'll arrive late and gay if they
They'll be
follow
there.
that time. So
They'll figure it out. They got to figure out
He just said 9 because that'll give his
Tired,
internet
man.
enough time to catch up. So he give him like 30 minutes. He's like, all right, I'm not pixelated. All right. Oh, hi,
Well,
I'm Nagranol.
no.
I'm so lovable.
let's be honest. You and Erwin have no business making fun of other people's internet.
Who, me?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
nerd.
Yeah, as Nagranals turns into like fucking like we're receiving like
Smoke
signals
signals.
from oh
Hey, there it is.
nice. I like how it blocked it out. It just showed Melody Mac and didn't show.
Yeah, I was trying to
bundle
get the
sticks,
other
yeah.
thing in there. It's the daggone.
Yeah.
I was there for a
Let's go,
second.
baby.
There we go.
Woo!
So Nagranal
Bye,
sleeps
everybody.